While playing the game, let's do the review of Pokemon Sword and Shield. So, Pokemon Sword and Shield, it actually is a somewhat back to basics because, well, actually, it's even lower than back to basics because here's the thing: is that when it comes to like the original back to basics, it's basically Pokemon Blue and Red, Pokemon Red and Blue. So when it comes to Pokemon Red and Blue, what you had was just a story. So it's like back to basics, but not really, because even with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, let me just make a wild guess, even though I haven't played the game. Let me make a wild guess. Have a storyline for the three legendary birds. Am I right? Am I right? They do have a storyline for Mewtwo, but it's not really that big or major. And that's it. Basically, you get four legendaries while we have three here. This is the first time, technically, we only just have three legendary Pokemon. Just three. You can make the joke of, well, I guess the previous one where they had like lots and lots of Ultra Beasts, that actually was so overscheduled that the next one suffered from having so many legendaries in the previous game. Which, of course, that's a lie. That's not a real fact. But it is kind of funny to actually be like, yep, that's what happened. They blew the budget last time and they had to make do with their new budget of you can only have a certain amount of legendary Pokemon. So the game itself, you basically play as a trainer like usual, and you actually check out this new place that is actually inspired by England. And of course, thank goodness the freaking Pokemon, the gyms are back. But they kind of actually, when it comes to depending on which one they have, which is the first time ever they did this, depending on which one you have two different gyms from the other. The fun fact about it is that when it comes to the Ice Gym and the Rock Gym, it's kind of a parallel universe. Because in one hand, which I guess I need to finish the other one. I need to finish it. I need to finish Sword because that's the last thing, and hopefully I'll add the new details that actually talks about how it is maybe a parallel universe. Yeah, which is kind of funny, but like, yeah, it's pretty funny how it's parallel universe. Just like Ruby and Sapphire are most likely parallel universes, and also Pokemon Black and White is parallel universe, and Diamond and Pearl parallel universes. You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah, you understand. So basically, in this instant, is that when it came to Pokemon Shield, the Ice type gym, she actually got the fame and glory to actually get her own gym. Meanwhile, in Sword, which apparently it's a dude, not a girl, a dude. Okay, so the dude actually got the fame and glory to get his own Pokemon gym, which right now I don't really know what's going on with that one. But as for the Rock gym in the Pokemon Shield, the person who's supposed to have a Rock gym, in quotation, supposed to, he actually just ran off somewhere. We don't know where he is in the game, but we know that he does exist. They're brother and sister. And apparently, by the card that we got from the Ice Gym, she actually would have most likely she would have actually been there to support her brother, while her brother on the other hand said, frick this crap, no, I'm gonna go find a rock gym where I can actually be, he's gonna find a place where he can actually have his own rock gym or something, I don't know. And of course, well, when it comes straight down to the whole so what about Alistair and B? What about her? And how come you know their names but not the others? Well, I'm not that good. So when it comes straight down to that one, they have no real actual. They have no. They don't have any attachment at all. We have no idea who or what. They're just basically switched. We don't know why. The only nitpick I have to say is I kind of would wish that because looking at the game itself, where the the fighting gym and the ghost gym is located. The ghost gym supposedly is fine, but the fighting gym should be somewhere else. It's like there is a good place to put it, so it's actually different sequences. So it's like, yes, it's the same gym and it's the same gimmick you have to do, but on the other hand, it's in different patterns. It's a different sequence, which makes it a little bit more shaky than, well, we just changed the boxing stuff. We just changed it. So with all that said, we got to talk about the story. In the very beginning, we actually do go against the freaking legendary Pokemon. Of course, by this time, you know it's gonna be spoilers in this. So you go against the legendary Pokemon you'll meet again, and it's pretty funny, especially he does the Bugs Bunny like thing, which is 1, 2, 3 strikes you're out. See ya. And he disappears, and it's like, okay, some good clues and some stuff for people who don't know. Crap. You took down my bird. You took down my bug Pokemon. Freak you, you damn bird. But anyways. Oh, besides me getting Trudy knocked out. The funny part has to be the fact of your mom is the one who gives you Pokeballs, but she gives you Pokeballs after you leave the slumbering world. Yeah, so for anyone who's like, oh, what if you capture it? You don't get to have any Pokeballs whatsoever. And even so, you will find out that the other legendary that you actually go against, it shows exactly what happens when you try to throw a Pokeball. It'll say, you can't throw a Pokeball at this time, or this Pokemon cannot be caught. Kind of like what happened with Kyurem Black and Kyurem White. When you try to actually catch them when they're fused, it won't let you. Yeah, so basically that's what's gonna go on, is that if anyone has any questions about can't you catch the Pokemon early? Well, number one, it's kind of, that's not glitched out. It's just that they erased all the crap that you need to know, like what level it is and what name it is, and yeah, just stuff like that. So yeah, you can't actually capture it yourself. You can't actually capture it. Since you can't capture it, well, there you go. But it would have been cool to be able to capture 3 Pokemon already instead of this crap. And well, I didn't even know that the mom actually gave us Pokeballs or gave us lots of money. It's like, I know she gave us money, but she gave us Pokeballs, 5 of them, and she gave us potions. So that was cool, but she only just said, here is some spending cash and stuff like that. And I'm like, what? Oh, and here's one good tip. If you actually take your left joystick and spin it around, you actually make him do a pose. That's one thing that I have to tell Bird Keeper Toby, because that's one thing he missed about the Easter eggs. It's like, make sure you tell us the Easter egg I don't know. It's like, I found that out by trying to capture all the Pokemon. And the even funnier part is that some of the Pokemon actually will like your moves and do the same exact thing. So that's why I captured a freaking Purloin, is because I already had a Purloin, but that other Purloin actually was like, oh my gosh, you did a fun spin move. That's cool. I'm doing it too. And I was like, oh, I can't just leave you all alone. And I tried to attempt to make other Pokemon do it, and sadly, no one else, I wasn't able to make any other Pokemon do it because they're like, okay, so you don't want to talk to us? Okay, frick you. We're going back in the grass. It's like, what the hell? Look at me and see me dance. And it's like, oh, frick you, dude. No, we're going back in the freaking damn grass. It's like, what the hell, man? What the hell? As for the story itself, it centers around, well, we got Wishing Stones, and Wishing Stones are actually a part of the legendary Pokemon, the third one that we wouldn't know about. And holy crap, he's freaking damn ugly. Zygar, we're taking a trophy. Oh, yeah, Zygar, not Zygarde. It's Zygar. Zygar, we're taking the trophy back. I'm happy to take the trophy back from you because we have a new person as completely ugly as frick, and I didn't want to catch him at all. At least with Zygar, it's like he's ugly, but I'm able to capture him. And now we got freaking I'm gonna call it Internal. I know it's called like Internus or something, but Internal is ugly as hell. I know I'm jumping, but oh my gosh, he's ugly as hell. Ugly as hell. And you had no choice but to capture him too. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. He's ugly as hell. You better have another version of him. You better have a different version of him, like freaking Garatina. It's like, at least make him have a different version than what he looks like right now. Holy crap, he's ugly as hell. Oh my gosh. Oh my fucking gosh. Well, jumping around though. It's like, yeah, jumping around though. Basically, you just have, it's basically a Pokemon game, a usual Pokemon game. We got stories. We got a story going on. We got Sonia, who is gonna become a professor, but we got Magnolia, who actually was the professor before she passed the torch. We have Leon and Hop, and Leon is Hop's older brother and also the champion. Well, I will tell you one thing is that in Pokemon Shield, I felt sorry for him. I felt like, oh man, I want to take his title away from him, dude. I can't do this. Yeah, but in Pokemon Sword, which brings to the question of what if you capture a lot of Pokemon? What if you don't capture them? Apparently, well, I tried capturing, I'm trying looking for Pokemon, and if it's not the one I want, or if you freaking jump out a damn Pokeball, I will knock you the hell out. And that's what I did. And apparently that actually was very helpful because it made me so overpowered that no one could take me down. Only a few can take me down. Yeah, only a very small few who could. And apparently, erasing that and actually just doing the game as is, I actually got a messed up struggle going on. It was struggling. So, yeah, it was a messed up struggle. But basically, yeah, 8 gyms you have to go to, and all together, the gym badges turn into one medal. And of course, I have to admit the Dynamax and Gigant Max was pretty fun. I didn't actually get to have Butterfree, which I wanted to see that. I wanted to see Butterfree in its almighty form, but I wasn't able to ever do it because people are bastards. It's like I wanted to do it, but it's like I can't do it because you're gonna knock them to frig out. It's like I always when I'm like, oh, we're at the final Pokemon. Oh, you're gonna up the ante? Okay, I'll up the ante. And it's like, oh man, the one I want to up the ante, I couldn't do because, well, lo and behold, you guys actually weakened them when it came to battling beforehand. Thanks a lot. When it comes to the challenging parts of it all, I would have to say the water gym was very challenging. Yeah, the water gym was very, very challenging. And of course the ice gym and slash rock gym was challenging as well. You know, the real reason why is because they're always challenging if you have that crap. It's always challenging if you have something just like that. It's always challenging. And what's even worse is like, well, you have to be careful because it goes boom, 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 or boom, 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 boom. It's like, yeah, but I dodged that, dude. I dodged it. How the frick does that work? So, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks, man. It sucks. Oh, man. I mean, jeez. You thought and that's a cool thing for foreshadowing Sinnoh, because Sinnoh did have something like this, but except though, Sinnoh had something like this, but technically Pierce had what exactly we're doing here. Because for Sinnoh, when it came to the ice gym, and this was also the 7th gym, which was like, hey, look at that, they're nodding. The thing is that the ice gym there, you had to freaking just bounce on the other side and everything. It's kind of like exactly what happened with the ghost slash fighting gym, crazy enough. Oh man. Whew. Yeah, but it really was very, very, very torturing to do that one. It's like, oh, I don't care anymore. Even though I would like to actually see it go boop, 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 boop. You know, just show all the traps you didn't get through. I mean, the traps that all weren't set. I mean, didn't happen. Let's see, anything else? The thing is, I have to admit that is a nod to Sinnoh, a nod to Hoenn. Unova. The real messed up nod to Unova has to be the fact that you had 10 gyms in all, but you alternated against each other. Given technically when it came to Unova, it's more like Black 2, White 2. That is where they actually switched the gyms out. Yes, I get that. But still, they did have 10 gyms in Unova altogether. Which, not to mention, guess who else actually ended up with having a dragon type gym at the very end? Unova. So that's, oh yeah, and also, oh, I can't say that one. Yeah, I think that's about all that's really. I mean, there's like at least three other things that screams, "Oh my gosh, Univa's next." They're gonna skip Sinnoh, but I don't think they're gonna really skip Sinnoh. They're not gonna really do that. But I do have to admit, though, thanks to the dumb idiots who actually leaked crap. Well, it turns out that there's a lot of Hoenn legendary. I mean, sorry, a lot of Univa legendaries in the game that can actually be acquirable. So it's like, what? If you're doing that, that screams even more on this. But yeah, the gyms themselves, it's like it's very, very, not going through the motions. Again, like I said previously, is that the dragon type gyms sucked because they're posing. They're a poser, man. They're posers. Oh my gosh, they're freaking damn. He's a freaking poser. It's like it's understandable. It's very understandable if you're actually saying, "Hey, I'm the rival of the champion." It's like, okay, okay, that's cool. But there should be a difference between "Look at me, I'm the dragon gym leader" versus "Look at me, I am the rival of the champion." You should have two different. You should definitely have two different teams on your hands. And for him, he's like, nah, nah, I just switched out. And it's like, okay, so did you switch out the ones that aren't dragon types for dragon types? Nope. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Listen, you're a dragon gym leader. You need dragons. Or at least have them know the dragon type move. And they don't know shit. Because all he did was paralyze my ass. Yeah, all he did was just kept on paralyzing my ass and doing and confusing the Pokemon. That is not what dragon types are about. It's like, yeah, it's like, dude, if I really need to go and be like, "Hey Lance, come here please. Teach this bastard how to learn. Teach this bastard how to become a dragon gym leader, or I have to go get Braden, or oh good lord, I have to go get Iris's ass." And so you learn. Oh, and Claire, so you can learn for your damn self how to be a freaking dragon type gym leader. It's like, geez, man, don't make me have to do that crap. It's like, dude, you're being the worst thing ever. It's like the only person who can get a good excuse of this, which he doesn't have a good excuse, but it would be a good excuse, is the dark type leader. It's like, yeah, because yeah, he's a gym leader, but he's not truly a gym leader in a way. So it's like, yeah, dude, what the frick, man? What the frick? Yeah, it's just messed up where it's like, yeah, dude, what exactly what is this? It's like even when it came to Blue, it's like for instance, Blue from Pokemon Gold, Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. He's the gym leader. Did he say, "Oh, but I specialized in grass type Pokemon"? No, he just said, "I'm a gym leader. Let's get to battling." That's all he did. Is like I'm a gym leader. I'm the last gym leader to go against. Let's get to battling. That's all he did. He didn't have any specialty Pokemon. He just said, "Let's go," and that's what technically you needed to do. Was just like go. Maybe we could have done something cool of where you decided to eventually become a dragon gym leader after I trounced you, and then it's like, oh, there you go, and it's like, oh man, I'll try to do this for the final time, and I guess I really need to actually figure out something. And eventually, we figures out, hey, you know what I can do? I can be a freaking dragon gym leader, and then finally he commits to it. That's what he really needed to do because calling yourself a freaking dragon gym leader and you only have two out of the 4 or 5 Pokemon that is actually dragon types, no, that won't work. At least Claire and freaking Lance was like, well, they aren't dragon types, but they do have dragon type moves. And I mean, yeah, the Aerodactyl, but I think the Aerodactyl eventually actually got to the point of being like, yeah, there you go. So it's really messed up being like, dude, why? Why in order? All right, I'm going to continue on. So you have Beatty. Beatty actually is, excuse me, a somewhat rival, and he eventually became a gym leader, which of course it was already there. You have crap, I Mirne? Mirny? Either way, she becomes the next dark type gym leader, which is, like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. And basically, we just had to go through the lore, which is lore was a long time ago. You had two heroes or one hero, or it's like, yeah, we don't, maybe two heroes. And one was having a sword, and one has a shield in his hand. And it turns out, oh, well, the Pokemon actually had a sword and shield, and they were technically the sword and shield. And it's like, well, they were able to help the darkest day, or yeah, the dark day. And well, sadly, we have freaking Sherman Rose along with his assistant or secretary, whoever. She actually wanted to make sure that he does the goal, and of course, the chairman Rose, he was like, "Oh my gosh, in 1,000 years, we're gonna have a energy crisis." And it's like, what the frick? I'm with Leon on this. It's what the hell you're talking about, dude? That's for next generation. That's for generations and after generations next. You don't have to solve the problem right now. But he decided to be like, well, I'm gonna summon a Pokemon that caused the dark day, and then Leon, you're gonna capture him. And it's like, what the frig is this? Yeah, so it caused some little issues, and then we got called upon, and turns out the legendary mystery Pokemon was actually one of the legend Pokemon, and then we had to go to them, and then we found a Sword and Shield. We took the Sword and Shield. Then eventually all hell broke loose, and we were like, we can't attack. We can't attack. Well, actually, first, I knocked the hell out of the legendary Pokemon, the ugliest one ever known to man. Try to throw a Pokeball. It says no, you can't. This Pokemon cannot be caught. What the hell? And then I knocked him out, and then he got his Duramax form or Gigamax form or whatever. Yeah, he got that, and then now he's a freaking damn hand, and now he can't do any attacks, just like what happened in the very beginning, where the attacks just phase through him. So yeah, legendaries are able to actually phase through attacks technically. So then we had to summon the Sword and Shield Pokemon, which we had the Sword and Shield in our hand, and they came, and now we can attack, and we all did it as if it was actually one of the raid missions, max raids. Yeah, and then you had no choice but to capture it, like I said. Oh, what the hell? And after that, then, oh yeah, I forgot to mention the fact of they finally actually did a somewhat Pokemon League anime style thing, where it's like we finally actually have a big competition of not 64 people, but versus 8. Yeah, and then you're able to beat them. You basically go against 3 people technically, because BD decided to show them like, "Hey, stop right there, stop the presses." Yeah, but of course you got Marnie, and then you got Hop. So that was 3. Then you go against gym leaders, and for anyone who's actually curious, the first time around, the gym leaders are as follows. You have to go against Nessa. Okay, you have to go against Nessa. Then you have to go against. It switches, of course. It's either B or Alistair on your respective versions. And then you go against the dragon type, in quotations, dragon type gym leader. And then after that, then you get interrupted. And then eventually 3 days later or so, now you go against. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Oh, frick. Is it still going? Oh, thank God. Okay, now you go against the champion. And my gosh, I was right here just waiting, and the freaking bird is just waiting for me to attack, and it's like, I'm right here. So then finally you get to go against the champion. After you defeat the champion, then there is post game, but of course you beat the game, you did it. Make sure at the end you go to Leon's bedroom because he left you a Charmander and a note. So yeah, you actually get to raise a Charmander. Congratulations. Congratulations! Then after that, you actually have a little bit of a post game where it turns out the descendants of the heroes show up, and they actually take the sword and shield because, well, kind of like in Hoenn, which no one knows either. It's like I didn't even freaking know until like years upon years later. Like, yeah, years upon years later, I was like, okay, I should return the red orb back or the blue orb back. And I did, and you're like, oh, thank you. I'm glad you actually did that. It's like, I had no clue if I was supposed to actually return it after all this time. It's like, no one said crap. And there's no reward either. You just put it back over there. Well, in the remakes, they're like, yeah, you shouldn't return it. You'll never have to return it again. So return the sword and shield. Then the two descendants steal the sword and shield. But of course, I think, yeah, I was able to defeat the one that was with me. Yeah, so respectively, which one you have, that's the one that you're gonna grab. So yeah, you basically do that, and then sadly Hop loses. That means the legendary that Hop has is going to go mayhem afterwards. Yeah, but then they start because they stole all the um wishing stars, wishing rocks, wishing stones. So they stole those from the freaking because they decided to get a mole in Professor Sophia's office. Oh, laboratory. So they stole them from her, and then they started to cause a big fat ruckus of having lots of giant Pokemon show up. And then after that, they actually tried to do something with the legendary Pokemon they have. And they did, and it's running amok, and Hop runs after it. Meanwhile, we have to actually. Yeah, then meanwhile, we actually have to capture the legendary Pokemon that we supposed to get. So yeah, you weaken it, throw a Pokeball, there you go, the end, and then you go back to the freaking Sweltering Weld again, Slumbering Weld, and it shows that yes, Hop was able to subdue him, calm him down, and then out of nowhere, unlike us, Hop is able to just have a Pokeball, and the freaking legendary just pick the Pokeball and just gets in the Pokeball. While we had to fight for it. What the frick? What the frick? And I will tell you one thing. If you have Pokemon Shield, you better watch the freak out. Because the Pokemon Shield, he's going to take the legendary and he's going to make sure he just continues on with freaking close combat. Yeah, you have to battle him at the very end. As soon as you battle him, that's the end of it all. But if you have Pokemon Shield, holy frick, he's going to use the legendary up the wazoo because the legendary is stacked with attacks. While on the other hand, I don't know yet because I didn't finish it, but I'm pretty sure that since I had the legendary he will have in Pokemon Sword, that Pokemon doesn't really actually do much. He got knocked the fuck out too, so it's like he even knocked the freaking legendary out. So if you have Pokemon Shield, you better watch yourself because he has freaking damn close combat, and he has another move that will take almost everyone down, wipe you out, even if you're actually level 65. If all your Pokemon's level 65, he's able to straight up wipe everyone out. It's like, yeah, so just saying, a warning. Hop is a nut job when it comes to Pokemon Shield. Pokemon Sword, since you have the Pokemon legendary that he uses in Pokemon Shield, you should be fine. Because, yeah, there's really no other attacks that the Shield Pokemon has that actually will cause damage. So, just saying. Now, if it turns out that he actually has different attacks than we do, then that's a major what the frick you're cheating bullcrap right there. But of course, before you go to Hop, make sure you either train or do what I always did, which is just. And the only thing messed up about post game is that they decided to raise all the level of the Pokemon in the Wildlands to level 60. So if you're hoping to end the game and then there's some Pokemon out there that's actually like level 3 or level 6 or level 12, well, too bad. They're now all level 60. So the best idea is to capture as many Pokemon as you can, even if you have to wait days upon days because the weather, the freaking weather, man. The weather is what's actually screwed me over many times. I wanted a Natu, and well, I couldn't get a Natu. I wanted to get a Baltoy, I couldn't get a Baltoy. I wanted to get a freaking Wooper, and well, it's like the Combi is the one, the most one that's like, oh, are you kidding me? But yeah, other than that, buy it, don't buy it, grab it, don't grab it. The thing is that even though I actually said screw all the freaking Pokemon fans that want it on a Switch so damn badly, the thing is that they made it so now we can have as many freaking saves as we want. Yeah, so as long as you make brand new Nintendo accounts or brand new accounts on your freaking Switch, you can play the game 2 times. Well, of course, once, but I'm just saying Pokemon Shield, Pokemon Sword, you're able to play it as many times as you want, as many accounts as you can open, which I think is usually 6. So you're able to play it at least 12 times, 6 times each. That's not bad. That's freaking awesome. So, anyways, while you excuse me, I got to finish this. I'm gonna finish this Pokemon game right here. Yeah, I'm starting Pokemon Shield again. And this time I'm going to see the grass type Pokemon. As for the starters, that's going to be a separate video because I haven't actually checked out the starters. I only just checked out Scorch Bunny, and I already said my piece on what I think about Scorch Bunny and all the freaking things that he has.